All right, guys, here's what's going on. What they don't tell you when you become a content creator, aka Unbox Them All Dynamic Duo, is what happens when your partner in crime isn't as excited as Pokemon as you are. I'm doing the 7 day Deep Pocket Monster live challenge where I'm going to go live at 5 every time for the next 7 days. And, the irony is, I started this a little over 2 years ago, almost in October, when Pat dropped his Deep Pocket Monster video of the Gengar challenge. And at the time, Mini Mini was already collecting for well over 7 years, and it was something that we were working on together because, to be honest with you, we were at the beginning stages of what would become our divorce, and I wanted something where I can connect with my son on a level at where he was at. And in the process, over the last 2 years, I've gotten full custody of my kids and gotten our own place, and we are slowly becoming a well functioning machine. I don't know if you can relate as a parent, or even if you're a kid who's maybe going through a divorce with your family, which I know isn't the coolest thing in the world, but we're learning to live life in its new array. And the irony was, in this process, Mini Mini, who is my dynamic duo, he's still excited about Pokemon, and I'll explain what happened here in a second. Uh, but I'm the one with the Poke habit. And now, don't get me wrong, everything that I'm collecting and I'm building eventually will go to Mini Mini and his sister and hopefully my grandkids, and they'll be able to sit there and be like, man, I remember when your grandpa was sitting outside Target for 8 hours like a madman after working a double shift and just doing some crazy stuff because I just wanted to spend time with my son. And it was something that he was excited about. His sister collected Pokemon for a while, but it wasn't an everyday thing like with me and Mini Mini. And the greatest thing about this community is that we made some awesome friends. And speaking of the man himself, this is Mini Mini. And we've evolved from doing Pokemon to doing 5Ks. We are collecting squishies. Mini Mini is still building his empire, and I am somehow stuck in the middle of not one, not two, not three, but I got 7 master sets that I'm currently building. Because you know what? In a life that is so chaotic sometimes, just sitting down with a bunch of bulk and sitting there and just sorting things in a life that you feel so out of control, sometimes, being able to sit there and just breathe and catch your breath and be able to have some sense of control. Life is showing up for recently for me right now, and as a father, I feel like I'm letting my kids down. As a businessman, we shut down vending because I felt that with all the hype around Pokemon, I felt that Mini Mini was losing his passion for it when it went from when we were doing trade shows. And I thank everybody, Slim Rips, Trainers Marketplace, Lee's Rips Collectibles, Rips and Hits, everybody who's given us an opportunity when we literally just had a box of cards, an ETB with cards that we were able to put together and giving us tables for free and giving us discounts and stuff like that because they believed in our mission and wanted to help us out. And I will never forget what people did to help us. I'm not trying to get all choked up. Dad's crying again. And, life has been hard lately. I don't know if anybody could relate. Between hurting my foot at work, being laid up for over 2 months, dealing with some nerve issues and trying to get myself back on track, trying to not walk on crutches, trying to still find stuff. Like, how are you a content creator when they're shutting down machines and you can't afford product and catching a random Pokemon drop is like you feel like you've won the lottery, and at the same time you're trying to instill basic things with your son and your daughter on living life and being responsible and feeling like you're failing them because you don't know if you're doing things the right way. I want my son to be I don't want my son to be as good as me. I want my son to be better than me. I want my daughter to achieve her dreams. It's not like one day I woke up and said, man, I want to work at a poop plant, but it's a great career and I'm grateful for it. I do content. Like I'm on this thing where, Alex Ketchum talks about post every day, count uploads, not, likes. And it's hard when you're posting every day and you're trying to create, and some days it's just like F it, just press the record button and blah, just kind of check in with you guys, because ultimately when it's all said and done and I'm in the big meeting in the sky, my kids and my grandkids and my great grandkids and generations, because once it goes on the internet it's forever, can check in and be like, hey, your grandpa did this on that day, or my dad, and they can hear my voice and know that if they're sitting here at 5 minutes and 46 seconds, that their dad loves them and that their dad did everything he can to make sure that I could be there. Hold on one second. Um, I could be there, and I could, that their dad tried. You know, I felt really bad today because my son had lunch with loved ones, and life is in session. We got a lot of things going on with court and you know doctor's appointments, and I will find a better way because I don't like all this light behind me. And I took my ring light to storage because went from a 4 bedroom house to a little casita, and it's ours, it's home. Um, but I don't have everything I did before, and I'm doing my best, man. If you're new to content, if you're trying to be a PokeTuber, if you're a dad, if you're a son, if you're somebody who's trying to find their way and chase their dreams, I hope that you come across my channel, and well, it's our channel right now. Mini's focusing on other things, and I want him to know that I love him and I believe in him. His sister is going to school, and I love and believe in her and my two older kids. And the irony is, I wish the best even for the mother. You know, I want everybody to live their best life. And, if I have to remove myself out of somebody's life so they can have their best life, then I'm willing to do that. And I'm also willing to set healthy boundaries. The cool thing about this community, if you're new to the Pokemon community, is that, Faso from Clover, uh, who is a huge mentor. And I hope he watches this video one day and he realizes how much he changed my life. I remember talking to him at Rips and Hits and asking his advice. Like, 2 years ago, I did. I mean, I still don't know all the Pokemon. I'm still learning. I love the thrill of the hunt. I get excited when Mini pulls a pretty card, and I like the art of the master set because I'm putting things together, and I'm really trying my best to just put myself out there, and it helps me feel like I'm organized and feels like I'm accomplishing things, because sometimes it just feels like I'm spinning my wheels. And the irony was, I sat down and asked him, I said, bro, how do you, like, he runs like this multi-million-dollar company, him and his brother. They have a whole squad, they have multiple stores, they do deals that are worth $250,000 a time. And I get excited when I do a dollar card, and I'm not comparing my page 1 to their page 100. It's just a motivator, and I sat down one day. Well, I didn't sit down, we were standing at a show, and I said, hey, how do I do what you do? And he says, you know what, it wasn't always like this. Me and my brother were grinding and we were putting in work. And the thing that paid the dividends, and I'm paraphrasing, was that it wasn't about the deals we made. It was about the friendships and the relationships that we built. And I have to say, I've been blessed with some solid men, and well, not really a lot of women, but a solid group of men in this hobby who have taken me under their wing and helped me become a better person, a better vendor, a better dad, and looked out for me. And in the process, I've met some really cool women who, through this, who are now pokey people because I came in their life. Like I got pokey grandma, pokey great grandma. I got my partner in crime who's always looking for me and Mini Mini. I have friends all over the world who travel all over the world who when they get products they're like, hey, I got Pokemon product for you and Mini Mini. And the reason I'm posting this today, because everybody does rips. Like, oh my God, we got a rip. The newest session. This is probably the third or fourth pack box of Ascended Heroes that me and Mini Mini have gotten. And if you guys have been following the channel, I have a rule of 4. First rule goes straight to the vault as an investment purpose for Mini Mini in the future. Him and his sister can sit down and either rip it all one day, divide it and sell it, whatever's. But I'm slowly putting it away as an investment. 20 bucks at a time. I can afford to do that for the most part. Second one, we always ripped for the stream, but we haven't been going live because, we have life in session, soccer, finding a new place to live, just learning how to be, a different type of family. Third one, we do giveaways, and fourth ones, if and when we start vending, we'll sell. But we haven't even got that far. I mean, like I said, the Pokemon drama has been so crazy lately, and I refuse to pay market. And I'm not knocking anybody who pays market. We'll talk about that tomorrow's live. But I refuse to pay market because I'm a dad on a budget, man. I have a lot on my plate right now trying to survive. You okay, puppy? He's what game are we playing now? Well, he got me into Fortnite 2 years ago and then dropped me like a bad habit when I actually got decent. I think the last time we played was when the Simpsons dropped day one and we even got to the couch. And now he's playing, I think, Dandy's World. And you know what I love about being a collector with my son is all the stuff that he's dabbling in. He's chasing dreams. He's learning how to be a businessman. He's very smart on current market prices. And it's cool because it's a family affair now. My sitter that helps us out a lot is helping us look for squishies. His sister is always on the Pokemon hunt. Like I said, my ride or die is on, she would hit Pokemon machines on her way to her old job. I have friends who their brothers are looking at machines. Like that's what this community, like when you're not just about the money and you're just, oh, I got to get product, I got to flip. And we'll talk about scalpers on day 3 of this live challenge. And the funny thing about it, if you're a friend of Pat and you're anything a part of the Deep Pocket community or the SPI community, he's coming up with these challenges. They had the 30-day challenge and the 14-day challenge. Now we're doing the 7-day live challenge, and it just gets me out of this because I'll sit here and I just don't want to be that guy, man. I'm just a guy who is in the process of learning how to live life to the best of my ability. And the best of my ability tells me I just got to show up, I got to be willing, and I have to be able to put in the work. So if you're coming new to this channel, it started out as a pokey channel with me and my son ripping packs. And oh my God, some of the videos are really horrendous looking back at them now. But you post, you upload, you put yourself out there, and people are going to start coming to your channel. And if you're lucky enough, you might get a viral video and it explodes, and all of a sudden you got millions of followers. But that's not been our story. We got to 1,000 pretty quick because my son with the golden hands pulled the Beehole Pikachu at Collecticon LA a little over 2 years ago, and it was donated to him by Clover. They posted the clip. It went viral. I think it's just shy of 2 million views. It got to 1,000, and I've been grinding to get everything past that 1,000 because I truly believe that this will be a digital documentary, digital diary for my kids to always come back. And yeah, the first year or so was all about Poke packs and adventures that we had. Now we are evolving as Mini Mini is growing into different things. I'm trying to document that. I'm documenting my journey because I really like Pokemon. I even got my own deck, which we'll talk about in one of the days this live. that I'm building, and I'm getting nervous because we're finishing up soccer season. So that means my Fridays are going to be free again, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to start playing in tournaments, local league, just because I want to get more involved. I want to be, this is something that I'm excited about. When I was Mini's age, we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't, we got the big block of cheese. I had the funny money. You bought your clothes for winter and summer and winter, and you better not gain weight in between. We had layaway at Kmart and Zodi's, and Christmas, was paid in January, or in July. Started paying me, all that stuff, and that's who I am. I'm a dad on a budget who's trying his best to meet his kids right where they're at, build an empire, digital documentary, and just be who I am. So I'm going to end today with one of these packs. We're going to open these packs at the end of each day, because I just think it's cool. I love promos. So if you come across promos that you don't want, I have a whole binder of promos that I am collecting. And so for the next 7 days, Mini pulling out a pack. We are going to do this live challenge. I'm going to keep this open. Sorry. What's funny? I am so new. I was so noob that Mini would have to open my packs for me because I didn't even know how to open the packs. All right. I'm going to let Mini pick the pack. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to start in the middle. Let's just go in the middle. All right. Go in the middle. Mini already opened his pack. Hold on. I even, what's funny is I have like 16, no, not 16. That's me being dramatic. I have at least 2 ETBs full of these code cards. We gave a ton of them away to Slim Rips, but now, where's the, right here. I keep bulk. If you guys don't know, if you've watched our channel, I call myself the king of bulk because I love to sort bulk. I love to go through it, and it was Journey Together. Ooh, Journey Together. Great set. I want to say it's our first full set that we completed everything, the promos, battle deck, all that. So this will now go into the vaults. But now, day one, Ascended Heroes. Let's see what we got. I'm going to ask you guys in the comments below when you come across this video, should I master set Ascended Heroes? It's like 500 something cards. We're not getting a lot of the products, so I don't see it happening anytime soon. And like I said, I'm already working on 7. But we'll see. If you guys think I should do it, if I get enough comments down below, I will. Boom, fire. That's my energy, baby. We got Pawn Award. We got Roly Coly. We got Torgetti. We got Ghastly. We got Dragonor. We got Electric. We got Air Balloon. We got Ruffit. We got Mealy. And wah, wah, wah. Thank you guys for checking in. Tomorrow we'll be back live at 5 with the